Okay, here we go. Opening game of the divisional round. Stafford and the Rams take on Brock Purdy and the 49ers. We pick it up with 5:24 left in the first. Brock Purdy strikes first with a TD to George Kittle in the red zone. Next possession for the Rams, 3rd and 18. Stafford is going to go up top and he's going to hit Cooper Kupp for 88 yards, and just like that, it's a 7-7 ball game. Niners look to answer back, but they need this key 4th and 2. Purdy hits Ayuk inside the 10, which sets up this George Kittle TD, his second on the day. Later that quarter, 2-minute drill, Purdy connects with Ayuk again for a big play, setting up a 1st and goal inside the 5. 2 plays later, CMC punches it in, and the Niners are up 21-7, getting ball at half. And on the opening drive of the 49ers would eventually settle for a field goal, extending the lead to 24-7. The Rams would equalize that at the end of the third quarter, back to a 14-point game. Early fourth, Rams with the ball again. Stafford finds Cooper deep down the sideline. They're in the red zone. Rams finally finishing off the drive with a Puka 1-yard TD catch. After the review, he's in. 7-point game, 7:54 left on the clock. Next drive for the Niners, trying to put this away. McCaffrey gets the edge. 1st down and inside Rams territory. Next play, Purdy finds Debo. That's Bob Mike Fool. 1st and goal inside the 5. Rams really need to stop. With Brock Purdy, play action. He's going to find Charlie Warner in the end zone for the dagger. Wait, the Rams have life. 12 seconds left. Stafford connects with Puka again. Now they just need the onside kick. And let's see, do they get it? Nope, they do not. 49ers move on to face the winner of the Cowboys-Eagles at home next week in Santa Clara. Now let's jump to our second game on Saturday. Josh Allen and the Bills host rookie sensation QB CJ Stroud and the Texans. Texans gets the ball first, and on his opening drive, Stroud throws this interception. Maybe some division round road jitters for the rookie, but Bills fail to capitalize on this missed field goal attempt. Next possession for the Texans, Stroud finds Nico Collins inside the 5. And 2 plays later, Dameon Pierce punches it in from the 1. Texans draw first blood. But on their very next drive, CJ Stroud throws the pick 6 right to Teron Johnson. And like that, we're tied 7-7. Early second, CJ, looking to amend his mistakes, finds tight end Brevin Jordan for the 17-yard TD reception. Texans back on top. And again, we pick up another Texans possession inside the red zone. This time the Bills get to Stroud for the sack. Texans take their 3 just inside the 2-minute warning, 17-7. Bills, 2-minute drill driving. Allen finds Diggs just outside the red zone. 2 plays later, Allen will hit Shakir. Bills inside the 5 now. 2nd and goal from the 4. It's number 4, Cooks, with a run across the end zone. 17-14 Bills. Bills get the ball to open the half. So let's pick it up on that drive. Bills just inside the 20. Allen to Diggs, touchdown. Just like that, the Bills are ahead 21-17. Houston, red zone, trying to retake the lead. Early 4th, Stroud throws another pick. This time to Rasul Douglas. What a pickup he was this season. But Bills go 3 and out, failing to capitalize on the turnover. Texans back in the red zone. 4th and 1, Stroud to Saubert. Did he pick it up? And the refs say no. Man, really looks like he did. They'll be questioning that one all week. Denied. Again, Bills forced to punt. Stroud gets a 3rd chance inside 2 minutes. Texans on the move again. Stroud hits number 86. But another 3rd and 7, 34 seconds left. Stroud drops back, scrambling. Throws off his back foot. And throws the pick. Allen takes the knee. Bills survive and advance, taking on the Ravens or the Dolphins in the AFC title game next week. Okay, so let's find out who the Bills are going to take on. This is Sunday's first game. Tua and the Dolphins return to Baltimore to take on the Lamar and the Ravens. Second play of the game, we have liftoff. Tua finds the cheetah, 29-yard TD. Miami strikes first. 3rd and 12, Ravens first possession. Lamar hooks up with the rookie Zay Flowers for 88 yards, 7-7. Here we go. Dolphins looking to answer. Tua gets stripped. Clowney picks it up for the scoop and score. Ravens ahead 14 points, 14 unanswered. Don't worry, Dolphins will have the equalizer. A-Chain 15 yards out, runs it in, and we're tied 14-14. Early second quarter, Tua finds Waddle this time, 41-yard touchdown, 21-14 Dolphins. Lamar, trying to find his own answers, hits OBJ in the back of the end zone, and we're tied again. Second play, next drive, it's Cedric Wilson Jr. for 69 yards, and the score. The lefty Tua. Ravens fail to even the score. Half ends with a Miami field goal. 31-21. Opening drive, second half, Gus the Bus gets the edge, picking up the big yards. Ravens down inside the 5. And the Ravens call his number again. Edwards punches it in. Ravens down 3. Miami's next drive. This will stall out, and they have to settle for 3. 34-28. They lead. Early fourth, Ravens looking to take the lead. Gus Edwards rushes them down inside the 5, setting up this second rushing touchdown of the game. Ravens go ahead by 1. Dolphins back inside the red zone, 3rd and goal, but the Ravens make the stand. Dolphins would take their 3. Ravens now down 2, just inside the red zone. 2-minute drill. Lamar finds Flowers. Ravens again down inside the 5, but they got hit with the holding penalty, backs them up. Gus Edwards rushes but falls at the 1. Ravens settle for the 3, 1-point game. Tua, 28 seconds left, takes this shot to Tyreek Hill in his hands, but he drops it. The likely would have ended the game, setting up the game-winning field goal, if not the touchdown. 4th and 2, Dolphins fail to convert. And that's all she wrote. Bills at Ravens next week for the trip to the Super Bowl. Our final game of the weekend, rivals Hurts versus Dak, Eagles versus Cowboys, epic showdown, and the Eagles don't waste any time. Hurts goes up top and finds Devonta Smith, 80-yard touchdown. More on him later, a lot more. But the Cowboys have their answer on this 1-yard TD pass to Luke Schoonmaker, and they capped off a long drive on their first possession. 2 possessions later, a Cowboys drive stalls out with a field goal, 10-7 Cowboys lead. Eagles would answer on this 2-yard TD run by Rashad Penny to start the second quarter. Eagles go back ahead. Over halfway through the quarter, Cowboys just inside the red zone, and Dak throws this pick to Bradbury. Turnover. Eagles eventually turn that into 7 points on this 69-yard TD pass to who else but Devonta Smith. The skinny Batman is loose in Dallas, and they can't stop him. Cowboys aren't finished. Dak finds CeeDee Lamb for this 72-yard touchdown in the very next possession. Eagles 2-minute drill. Hurts finds who else but Devonta Smith for a big gain. Ball at the 25, but the Eagles are held to just 3. And let's jump a play to the ensuing kickoff. Why else would we be showing you a kickoff return if it wasn't for Cavante Turbin getting loose, 99 yards to the house. And just like that, we're tied 24-24. But hold on, folks, we're not finished. Jalen Hurts isn't finished because he finds A.J. Brown, this time for 75 yards, a touchdown. Eagles back on top. What a final minute of the half. Wait, there's more. The Cowboys are going to attempt a field goal inside from their 49-yard line with 6 seconds left. An extremely questionable decision. The kick comes up short. That leads to this Eagles field goal to close out the half. They'll be questioning that one for a long time in Dallas. Opening drive of the half, Cowboys first and goal from the 8. Dak finds Lamb for their second hookup of the game. Cowboys down 3 now. Could have been tied. Eagles now. Hurts makes a bad read, but the Cowboys defender drops it, and 2 plays later, Jalen Hurts finds who else but Devonta Smith for his 3rd touchdown of the game, 29 yards. Time winding down in the 3rd. Hurts is going to keep it for this 56-yard rushing touchdown. But hold on, there's a flag on the play. Holding is the call, and it takes the points off the board. Later in the drive, early 4th, the fullback TJ Watt gets the edge, and a Dallas defender comes up with a big play. Cowboys have life until Dak throws another pick on 3rd and 5 to big play Slay. Lucky for Dallas, their D is going to make another stand, holding the Eagles to 3 points. It's still a 2-possession, 14-point game. 4:21 left. Dak finds Brandon Cooks 21 yards out to take the lead. Now they need another stop. 4-minute drill just inside. 2-minute warning. It's Watt again, but this time he gets the first down, allowing the Eagles to run the clock down to 0, setting up the NFC title game rematch from a year ago. But this time we're in San Francisco, setting up 2 epic title games next week. We can't wait. We will see you next time. Alright guys, as you saw in the highlights, we have an epic title game showdown in the AFC and the NFC. Ravens, Bills, Eagles, 49ers. Trip to the Super Bowl on the line. Let's take a look back before we look ahead at the results. You saw the plays. Let's take a look at the numbers. We didn't really go over that in the highlights. So we started with the Rams and the Niners, I believe. We'll look at the Rams real quick. Stafford, 335 and 3 touchdowns. Kyron Williams really didn't get going. Only 3.2 yards a carry. But Cooper Kupp and Puka, big games, as you know, that's what they do. That's what Stafford does. He throws to his boys, and that's both Cooper, Kupp, and Puka. Defensively, not much. Aaron Donald, 1 sack. Half sack between Jonah Williams and Michael Hoek. I don't know how you say that. Let's jump to what the Niners did here. Brock Purdy, only 222 and 3 touchdowns. You know, had some shorter fields. Of course, Christian McCaffrey had over 100 yards and a touchdown. 6.2 yards a carry. Keyshawn Vaughn with 2 random carries for 7 yards a carry. Of course, Debo, 7 catches and 98 yards. Ayuk, 4 catches, 87 yards. Kittle, not many yards, but he got the 2 big touchdowns early in the game. Brock Purdy finding his tall guys in the end zone. And their defense matching the Rams for sacks. Greenlaw, Chase Young, Sebastian Joseph Day. Of course, no interceptions. So nothing crazy stands out. And then we had, that was the first game. And second game on Saturday, we had the Bills and the Texans. Take a look at the Texans. Stroud throwing up on himself, 4 interceptions, passer rating at 51.4, failed to reach 300 yards passing. looked like he was pulling together, and then just at the end of the game, things fell apart. Dameon Pierce with the rushing touchdown. Dalton Schultz, 9 receptions and 73 yards. Nico Collins with 6 receptions and 70 yards, failing to get in the end zone. It was a 17-yard TD by Brevin Jordan, catch and run. And on defense, I mean, Will Anderson, 2 sacks, just having a great year. And, you know, they got both rookies of the year, in my opinion. And then let's go to the Bills. Josh Allen fails to go over 200 yards passing. You know, another guy working on a short field a lot of the game. Brandon Cooks only 3.1 yards a carry, but he does get the lone touchdown there. You know, when a defense gets a pick six, that changes everything. So their numbers are all out of whack as far as being under. I mean, the Texans had a lot of red zone trips, and they failed on a bunch of them. And the Bills just played a great game defensively. Now we go to the first game on Sunday. These Sunday games were just epic. They were so good to watch. If you haven't watched them in full, I recommend you going back and watching them. But you saw in the highlights how it goes. Tua goes over 400 yards and 3 touchdowns and interceptions. A-Chain, 5.5 yards to carry and a touchdown. You know, Cheetah, Cedric Wilson, and Waddle, all these guys. Jeff Wilson getting 60 yards receiving, jeez. But, you know, Cheetah with a big play on the opening drive. But Wilson had a 69-yarder for a score. Waddle kind of quiet except for that 39-yard touchdown. Pretty par for the course for how their offense runs. A lot of tackles here for the Dolphins defenders. Christian Wilkins, big game, 2.5 sacks. Of course, no interceptions for the Dolphins. Lamar Jackson, over 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, great passer rating. Gus the Bus Edwards, 109 yards, 7.3 yards a carry for 2 touchdowns. Lamar Jackson adding another 39 yards. Odell Beckham, the wily veteran, showing up in big games, primetime games. You put the big lights on Odell Beckham and he shows up. Zay Flowers had that one big catch. Otherwise, kind of quiet day, but it was a very epic back and forth, big plays from both teams. Only 1 sack for Pierce, and of course no interceptions. Ravens move on, taking on the Bills. How do I think that plays out? I just don't think the Bills have the defenders to stop the Ravens and Lamar. I do think that would be another high-scoring game. And it will be the Ravens moving on to the Super Bowl. It was a great run for the Bills, but another loss and an AFC title game for the Bills. And then we have here the Eagles to finish out. I lost my train of thought there. The Eagles and the Cowboys was a great game as well. A lot of scoring. I highly recommend going watching that and watching the full game. But Dak, you know, got him to the second round of the playoffs, but 2 crucial picks. Just what Dak does in the playoffs. Par for the course. Of course, they keep having this issue with Andy Janovich running. I mean, I can't imagine what would have happened if the Cowboys had Pollard running a lot of these runs. It's just ridiculous that Pollard was in there, but I can't do anything about that. CeeDee Lamb is doing CeeDee Lamb things. Another big game, 9 receptions, 171 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Gallup playing the possession role here. Brandon Cooks filling in. I mean, this is what their playbook does. All 3 wide receivers will cook, and a little bit of the tight end. As you see, you know, If it's not Cooks or Gallup, it's going to be Ferguson, and Ferguson would have had a decent day had he been the one that caught the touchdown in the red zone. Defensively, Micah Parsons, 1 sack, no interceptions. But hold on, I want to see they show touchdowns allowed. Yeah. Jerron Curse. Why was he on the outside? He was getting cooked so much. That's crazy. I believe it was Curse that was in coverage every time on some of those big plays. That's just insane. And then Jalen Hurts, 432 yards, 4 touchdowns passing. He added another 17 yards on the ground on 4 carries, but he had that big, was like 59-yard touchdown erase on a holding. Seems that in the sim, a lot of these QB keeps get called back for holdings. Another fullback problem here, Derek Watt, but he had 5.5 yards to carry. An awful turnover, but it is what it is. Rashad Penny with the lone rushing touchdown. And Devonta Smith breaking Eric Mold's 1998 AFC wildcard game receiving yard record of 240 yards. He gets 280, 9 receptions and 3 touchdowns. A.J. Brown, another big game, 5 receptions, 129 yards. So it's Skinny Batman and A.J. Brown. That's what the Eagles do. They love to throw to these 2 players. And if they're not throwing to them, it's Dallas Goedert. No sacks for the Eagles. They have not had a pass rush all season, but it's the corners they brought back in free agency this year, Darius Slay and James Bradbury, the old guys, both over 30, making the big plays and Big D. And the Eagles move on to take the 49ers in an epic rematch of the NFC title game. What do I think is going to happen? As you know, some of you may know I'm an Eagles fan. And I think this one is actually going to be a lower scoring of the 2 games. And I see, I just see that the 49ers have too many weapons. The 49ers don't have the secondary to stop these guys. And they, kind of have a similar setup maybe compared to the Cowboys that the Eagles can exploit in the secondary. And if you can block the edge rushers of the 49ers, you can score through the passing game. It's going to be close. Probably, both teams move the ball, settle for some field goals. But the home team, I think, prevails here. And it's the 1 seed 49ers ending the Eagles' epic, well, not epic, but, 3 straight road victory to the Super Bowl quest. Very hard to do. A lot of wild card teams that do it, go on to win the Super Bowl. But the Eagles just did not finish the season great, and their luck's gonna run out here in San Francisco. Maybe if this is the home game, it'd be a different story. But Brock Purdy's not gonna get hurt this time, and McCaffrey isn't gonna have to play quarterback. So I think we get a Niners-Ravens Super Bowl, which would be, what kind of a lot of people think is going to happen in real life. And if you believe in conspiracies and the color conspiracy of the Super Bowl logo, whatever thing, then that's what's going to happen. But I would love to see my Eagles and the Bills, to be honest with you. Love Bills Mafia, and they deserve every chance they can at getting that Super Bowl. But so does Jalen Hurts, and they need to finish the business that they started last year. And hopefully they can do that. So we will see you tomorrow for the title games, AFC, NFC, trips to the Super Bowl. We will see tomorrow for those two games. Be on the lookout. First upload's usually at 9 a.m. Second game will be uploaded at 1 p.m. All right, well, thank you for watching. And if you want, please in the comments tell me, who do you think is going to win? Who's playing in the Super Bowl next week? All right, guys, thanks for watching. Later.